This is Aunt Ada Moss, and we're just going to talk today. So just go ahead. What's the earliest you remember about Grandpa Shirley? Because I didn't know him at all.
I evidently was, let's say, around 4 years old, and he was. We had the Salem parties that at Christmas time everybody went down to the old hall and enjoyed programs and like that. And Dad was, I think, the Santa Claus that year. The family was there, and I kept thinking, I wish my dad was here. And Santa Claus came over and picked me up and talked with me and held me, and I remember that distinctly, of being held by Santa Claus among all the Salem kids. Well, the next day, I guess maybe it was Christmas Day, when Dad came into the living room, picked me up off the floor and held me, I think I kind of put two and two together that this is the same voice that Santa Claus had last night. We probably talked about Santa. That's a good memory that I have of him. He used to play the organ. We had an organ and a piano. And he'd pedal the organ, and I'd say, let me pedal, let me pedal. I begged and begged him until finally he relented, and I got down there, started pedaling with my hands, and I thought, this is work. I'm never going to ask him again to pedal the organ for him while he's playing. So those are two memories.
Is that the same? I remember seeing a pedal organ out in one of the granaries there.
That was the same
one. And
one.
that was that same old organ.
It's too bad we didn't save it.
Did that fall apart in the flood, or?
Yeah, it went. And along with other things we should have saved as antiques. But, you don't realize what value some of those things could be.
Now, I had heard one story that when Grandpa lived in Bear Lake, one time the lake froze over and he carried that organ across the lake or something.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
The story that I got was that he was invited to a party and the roads were frozen over, and so he put that organ on a sled and dragged it across the lake to where he could play for that party, and then dragged it back across the lake. But
I don't know. It's probably
possible.
True. Probably very true. Because with him being a musician and playing in that orchestra they had in that old van, what would they call that? They built it for the band to play.
Oh, that wagon.
That bandwagon.
Yes.
Hey, that's probably where the word comes from. So, and I know that's probably where Mother met him, as at a dance. They'd go from place to place, and dances would be the only entertainment those people would have.
Live music. Now, where did he learn how to play?
I have no idea, other than that he probably picked it up by himself. I pretty well have learned to play the piano from listening to Sarah and Myrtle play piano, especially Sarah.
But there wasn't a lot of money for
lessons.
Lessons.
Mother did have a good voice, because she and Aunt Mary, according to the records, would sing in duets. And I think I mentioned this the other day, that they sang in duets until Ethlyn and Millie Mortensen came along and took over. In fact, Hazel and I used to sing in duets too until a family moved in that their two children had excellent voices, and so they were popular, and we were shelved.